Grassroots of Democracy meditation. It's Thursday, March 13th. And yeah, so here we are, and I'll wait for people to show up. We're going to meditate. We're going to keep our heads together, but let me know if you can hear me. Because I'm using a microphone. I've had some trouble with it. Let me know if you can hear me or if you cannot hear me. Great. Warren, you're the first one here. Because I used this microphone last week, and then I got microphone shy because I did a whole video that it didn't work out. Okay, good. Excellent! Sometimes things work. So, welcome to our meditation time. Might be a little bright. That's a little better. Let me I'm using a microphone. I was a little shy about it because one time it didn't work, but I don't want to buy a new one. Are we ready to talk? Doing all right. Taking in a lot of news today. It's like, today's like a day that's just like popcorn news. Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. But they need for it to be that way. They need for it to be overwhelming for us. They need to make us feel, they being the feminists, they need, here's what they need. They need to feel like they're making you feel powerless. Yes, everyone call the Senate Democrats. We can't let that bill pass. Right. And so then the other thing that they do is they bank on Americans can't figure out what's going on, so they're going to check out. So that's why it's important that we recognize that it's our responsibility, if we don't understand something, to do a little bit of research. Like a continuing resolution and censure, and like, it's okay to admit if we don't know what those things mean. Because you're not alone. Because we haven't been educated, which is what kind of got us where we are. In terms of what we need to do, what these things, what will transpire if these things pass or they don't pass. So let's make sure we educate ourselves, and let's make sure we're making the calls. We don't have to know everything about everything. We just need to be active and engaged and involved. I've heard so many times from representatives that people think that it doesn't matter whether they call or not, because maybe you don't get a call back or a letter back, and some representatives are good at that, some representatives aren't. But it's just like if I have comments and I don't comment back, it doesn't mean I didn't see the comment. I just got busy with something. So know that your call makes a difference. Rose is not sleeping. You need to sleep. You need to figure that out, right? I'm not saying there's something wrong with not sleeping. I'm saying it's really important to figure that out, because you have to, See, Sunshine is going to keep calling. There are solutions. You must find them. One is exercise. 25 years of my life I had insomnia. I exercised a lot. A lot. So I at least got a few hours in. Because at least my body was tired, and I learned how to function on almost no sleep. No sleep, often. We all have our own PTSD from whatever. So we're here to meditate. I usually just sort of gab. We kind of chat for 15 minutes before we go into it. I want to encourage you all to make sure that you listen to the meditations throughout the week from Thursday nights. I'm in the eternal frustration of not feeling like my word is getting out there, and I just have had to kind of just resign to the fact that until I figure out what's going on with YouTube, I'm going to have low numbers. I think the quality is there. I think the quality of my videos is very much present. I'm very present. I give it my all. I give it my best. My numbers haven't gone up is like feeling out of control, just like the letters being backwards. So I can take any help that anyone wants to offer in terms of getting the word out. And I did just this afternoon, Nose to the Grindstone wrote a Substack. It had been about a week, but you know, it's a discipline. So I sat myself down and I wrote a new Substack that I just published an hour ago at the most. And it's entitled, Dear Trump, Destroy America, Love Putin. That's my latest Substack. So please go to Annette's Substack and subscribe. And if you can be a paid subscriber, it's not expensive. The highest amount would be $150 for the entire year. And it just helps to compensate for all this time that I'm putting in. Lovingly. And because I want to. And please share that too. Let me know what's on your mind. Yeah, so far Trumpy is failing the orders from Putin. Oh, it's $8 a month. There are choices. Thanks, Amanda, so I can clear that up. There are choices. You can do $8 a month. You can do $150 for the year or $80 for the year. It's just a matter of like, kind of like my memberships to my channel. Right now, it's like you kind of select how much it's worth to you that you want to give. It's $150, $150 for a year for like a super helpful subscriber. Yeah, I figured that you meant Dumpy is failing. You wrote falling. I figured it out. It's both. He's falling too. He's falling into the depths of insanity. And so this night, on Thursday nights, is an opportunity to kind of let go of the details and go with the energy. Yeah, thank you for asking, Amanda. To kind of not get all caught up in the details and to, you know, Gloria saying the budget is on my mind. This time that we're together, Thursday nights, is to let go of the details, because we can get really mired in details and we can get all like nervous about all these things that could go wrong. What we need is what's for the highest good of all to be what happens. And in the meantime, we can educate and activate. Keep in mind that it's not the majority of people in the United States that want what we have going on right now. In fact, I'm sure it's not true at all that a majority of the people in the United States are looking at what's going on and going, oh yeah, it's good. It's good. It's great. So, Gloria has a bad sinus headache. Drink a lot of water and recognize that we're moving into allergy season and it could be mold allergies. So, you know, there's talks about maybe like peace between Russia and Ukraine. Putin's not going for it. Yeah, you don't trust any poll numbers that has Dumpy with big numbers. Yeah, and so what's becoming really clear, one of the things that's becoming really clear, is we have been lied to and we're constantly lied to. Remember when we went to CNN for reliable news? Remember when we shopped Amazon without any guilt that we're promoting fascism, right? Things have changed. So that's the thing, that's like riding the wave, riding the wave, riding the wave. Things aren't what they used to be. And our democracy clearly isn't what it used to be. We have people that are working for the demonic in our government. And I don't say that lightly, and I say it, but I mean it. If you're interested in reading a book by Scott Peck, who wrote a very old book called The Road Less Traveled, the book he wrote after that, and it's still an old book also, is People of the Lie. So if you think that evil isn't a thing, think again. I did not see Representative Larson screaming at the GOP today. I didn't. I'll have to look that up. Scott Peck, he wrote, no, not People of the Light. People of the Lie, L-I-E. People of the Lie. It's about that. Schumer announced he will not stand in the way of the budget resolution. Yeah, I need to read up on all that. Okay, so we have a very challenging circumstance in front of us, and we have to we have to curb it, we have to slow it down, we have to create a lot of obstacles and a lot of time. You know what the Dumpy has done all this time to get away with all that he's gotten away with? He jammed things up in the courts. We need to jam things up in the courts. Mostly, and I hope you all agree, what has to happen is not, this is just what I really know. What has to happen is he gets removed. That the Putin puppet gets removed, and nothing less than that will do. I hope we're all clear about that. I hope we're all entirely clear about that. So none of this talk about, well, in 2026 we can't let this go on another month. Well, and that seems like an eternity. If you think about, he just illegitimately stole our White House on January 20th. Yeah, we don't have till 2026. So we clear about that? I mean, the next few weeks, how much damage has been done? They've disassembled the United States of America. They've disassembled it. And you may notice that there's nothing that they've left untouched when it comes to helping we the people with our own tax dollar money. I can't even think of one area that they've left alone. Can you? Yeah, if he's still there in 2026, our country will be done. But it's much, much shorter of a span of time than that. If he's still there in a month, we're pretty damaged. Yeah. So let's really just keep it in our consciousness that he is removed. In no uncertain terms. Thank you, Warren, for putting my info up there. Thank you for those of you who donate, too. It makes a big difference. Much appreciate. And for being members. Okay? So we cannot, 10,000 people let go at the post office. We cannot have this continue. So in our visualization, always visualize that he's removed ASAP. Today or tomorrow. All right, and don't buy into this stuff. Oh, well, in 4 more years. I can't even believe people that I consider fairly intelligent that I see, on TV or whatever. I mean, I don't really watch TV, but that I hear that from people that have YouTube channels. It boggles my brain that they're even saying that. Like, are you not watching what's going on here? You think we can survive this? Literally? Literally? Do you think we can survive this? Think about the diseases that are breaking out. God forbid, by the grace of God, I hope we don't have a pandemic of some other sort. We're heading in that direction, all right? So don't ever underestimate the power of spirit. We're going to jump right in about 45 seconds into our meditation. So make sure that you are in a comfortable place. I like to start exactly at the 15-minute mark for people later in the week that want to go to the video and do the meditation for 15 minutes. Okay? Yeah, 314, Section 3, 14th Amendment. I like that. Go to the protests. Go to the protests. So we have 20 seconds. Get ready. Make sure you're comfortable. Get your pets out of the way. Unless they can meditate with you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and hold it. And a longer breath out. Do that a couple more times. A deep breath in and hold it. And a longer breath out. And a deep breath in and hold it. And a longer breath out. And allow yourself relaxation. Give yourself permission to let go. To let go of your to-do list. To let go of what you've done before this meditation time and what you'll do afterwards. Just let go of everything but this moment and this breath. Let go of anything else that could take your attention. Just put all your attention in this moment on this breath. And repeat to yourself as you do those deep breaths in and hold and the longer breaths out. All is well. All is well. Amidst all the chaos, the insanity, the crazy people in positions of leadership and power, in the midst of everything, there is a presence, a knowing, intelligence, presence, guiding us, protecting us, showing us the way to the higher vibrational frequency, how to hold that higher frequency, and how to direct that higher frequency to create the necessary interference so that miracles and healing can occur. So as you're breathing in and out, slowly, affirm to yourself, I am more powerful than I know. Be in the awareness and say to yourself, I'm open to realizing I am way more powerful than I can even ever imagine. And think about, imagine a big ball of light like the sun, about 5 feet above the top of your head, with beams of light streaming down upon you, feeling the light, sensing the light on you, around you, permeating into your physical being as you affirm, I am exponentially more powerful than I have ever imagined. This power is divine power that is capable of changing dire circumstances into healing and positive, life-affirming circumstances. I am that powerful. And again, affirm all is well. And as you're really feeling into your power and feeling that light shining down on you, around you, and through you, put yourself in the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. Just see yourself there. See yourself seated in a seat in the room where Congress meets. And imagine yourself seated there wherever you choose to sit. You're in the room where Congress meets. Notice if there are any people around, if there's any activity going on. And you're sitting there in the awareness, you're an invisible presence, seated in that room. Imagine you can feel the chair that you're sitting on, but nobody can notice you. And now imagine anything that may be happening in Congress, even if it already occurred recently or if it's about to occur. Imagine yourself in that room as a consciousness. And imagine yourself to be an all-knowing being. And whoever is in the room, you're able to see their energy field. You have a new awareness where you can see energy, and you notice those whose energy fields are dark. Anybody in the room, you notice you can read their energy fields psychically. And you notice anyone in the room whose energy field is light, has sparkles of light in their energy field. And these are the light workers. And seated there in that room where Congress meets, in that chair, you as an invisible being are noticing the people in the room that work in our government that have sparkles of light in their energy fields that surround them. As you notice them, you decide to share your light with them, and just by mentally focusing on them, you reinforce their light. You can think of the heroes in our government right now, the Jamie Raskins, the Dan Goldmans, the Jasmine Crockett's, anyone that comes to your mind, Chris Murphy, anyone that comes to your mind that you know is working for the light. And you are there as backup, as reinforcement. And even those that aren't coming to your mind at the moment, you can do this little meditation later and send them light later. Just know that you're reinforcing, you're sending backup light to them. And they have the power, and by your focusing on them, giving them your light, which is infinite, it doesn't deplete your light, it increases it, giving them your light and your support. And now imagine all the people who are intending and praying, all the consciousnesses, all the protesters, all the people that are vehemently opposed to the evil ones, their intentions also going to these representatives, these public servants who are doing the courageous work to save this country from this attempted fascist takeover. all the people doing the hard work are receiving our light and our intentions, not only from us, but from others. Imagine light beings outside the Capitol building now moving in to the Capitol building. Light beings filling the room with light, and see the dark evil ones shirking and shrinking and feeling fear and cowardice, fumbling and bumbling, confessing and admitting their evil, and knowing deep down they've not only betrayed this country, but they've betrayed themselves and their souls with their greed and their fealty to evil. More and more light beings walk into the room, and the beings that are working for evil are shrinking and whining and complaining and losing power, and all those who are the true public servants for democracy are feeling confident, are standing up straighter, are really getting a backbone. And they're being held up and supported by our spiritual energy and our spiritual power. And there's no power to any doubt, any fear, anything that could de-intensify this intensity. There's no power to doubt or fear. It is erased by the light. And no matter what transpires, you know from this point forward, the light has been installed. The intentions have been set. The people have mobilized and now see light beings in human form storming the Capitol building and taking back our capital with light. And imagine Vladimir Putin and all the enemies being ousted completely. All their tendrils and all their malevolent intent, all the plans to destroy America, they're going flying out of the building. And all those that have been in our Congress working for evil, imagine bands of light lassoing them, wrapping them up like mummies, and like a big lasso, you are pulling, your consciousness is watching as they get pulled out of the building by this lasso of light. Out of the building they go. They might be kicking and screaming and making horrible noises. They are pulled out of our United States Capitol. They are working for the enemy camp. They have been busted by the light. They are all gone now. They have been removed. And now as you're seated there, you know you're not alone. You know that you are surrounded by all these light beings, all these consciousnesses of other Americans and people that are our allies in other countries. All this consciousness is in the room now. The room is flooded with light. There's light exuding from the Capitol building. You can see the dome lighting up. Beautiful, brilliant light. We have taken back our country from the enemy. It has been set. This visualization, this intensity continues as if on a time lapse. Release. And it only intensifies and grows long after you have completed the meditation. And each time you choose to do the meditation again, it's a reinforcement. The light continues to work. It's alive. It is always moving in and around and through everything that's happening in our government. And it is emerging victorious. Feel the feeling. Know it is done. See Kamala Harris in the White House. See democracy prevailing, triumphant, and feel the feeling. We have won. Take a few moments and really feel it. Feel the feeling of winning. Feel the feeling of the hard work rewarded. Feel the feeling of being triumphant. Feel the feeling that has been felt by generations before, starting with the American Revolution. Feel the feeling, we have won. We stand on huge shoulders with the energy of our ancestors and all those who have defended democracy in America and throughout the world. We have won, and so it is. Focus your attention on the sensation of the breath moving in and out. I will count up from 5 to 1, at which point you can open your eyes or you can continue to meditate. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is done.